So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Joining Forces by Paul Mellor. Paul Mellor, Joining Forces.
Your word today. Well, I would never. I've moved out to one side. I'm here today, supposedly on this engaging humour pathway, and yet I've got a serious topic to discuss with you. It's terrible, really. I'm kind of squeezing it into this engaging humour pathway because, in fact, it's something that I'm running around delivering to a bunch of clubs in the local area. But you're the first one, so I honestly don't know how long it's really going to take. I'm kind of making it up as it goes along. So, because it's engaging humour, my one joke of the night is going to be, what happens if you take a pumpkin circumference and you divide it by its radius squared? You end up with pumpkin pie! That's the best thing I could come up with. And the reason I wanted to bring that up was with regards to dividing things. Because the talk tonight I'm going to describe to you is about an idea to perhaps collaborate more. Indeed, sin of sins, to consider even joining clubs up. And I have a very strong rationale for this, having visited a number of different clubs around the area, and I think that we're insufficient. And I'm going to come to that. So try and see it within a context of how your club, our clubs, might be stronger if we were to collaborate with greater force. Okay. Before I do that, on the topic of force and dividing forces, so look, the dad jokes are going to come merrily. That's my youngest child on the left-hand side there. His name's Rafe, he's 9 years old, and he really shouldn't be doing this. He has a Sten gun in his hand. It's an airsoft weapon. And last year, we undertook like an educational but fun weekend to understand World War II. And so, as part of this, we met an old World War II veteran. He's touching 100 years old. He's one of only 3 World War II veterans left in the entirety of South Africa. And his name's John Keats. We met him down in Mellor, and he was fascinating. And the kids were just overawed, all of them, genuinely, by meeting this chap who's completely compos mentis and gave the most remarkable stories of his time as a legally signed up 15-year-old soldier. On the back of that, we started doing this World War II reenactment stuff. So there's a picture of me dressed as the Tommy. As you can tell from my accent, I was born and bred in England. And my grandfather fought for the British Army. My English grandfather, my Malaysian Chinese grandfather also fought for colonial forces against the Japanese. And so I have another son, and who did he join? Of course, the bloody Germans. Just so that he could shoot his dad. And so this is a classic example of divided forces, but in that case, it sort of works because his mission is to get me. But in terms of Toastmasters and divided forces, I'm not so sure. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Our clubs are divided and weak. And because of that, I think actually a lot of them, when I visit them, are a lot less interesting. They're a lot less interesting for people who are actually the more experienced Toastmasters amongst you. Okay? I think that you cycle in and out of these things, and you help younger people, and that's part of the joy of actually coming along, is to transmit that wisdom. I get that from a teaching perspective, being a lecturer, so that. But I think actually we're a lot less powerful as a force, at least in this part of the world, because we're small clubs. And then I'm going to share with you as to what I see as the vision of a stronger club, and a hard way to achieve that, and an easy way to achieve that. So here's a picture with arrows in the back of the knights, the battle lost by Mellor. And what I would like to know from you is, how many people actually turn up to your meetings on average for a club? Tonight you've got 11, 12 including me. Okay? Is that a good turnout?
That's about average.
Yeah. And so I've seen the same in some of the other clubs. I suppose the only one slightly busier sometimes that was underrepresented in competitions was Victoria East. But we all have, let's say, a membership that might be, say, in the 20s, and then overnight, how many people can actually make it, in the working week and actually get there? What's a more acceptable number? Just dwell on that. And why is it difficult? I mean, for you who are an ex-coach, for example, you might find it frustrating trying to retain members. You get a new member, they disappear again. And the reason is, it's not like a film club, right? When I used to go to a film club, I used to go to New Zealand, there was this wonderful film club in the, excuse my language, arse end of nowhere, up in the top end of New Zealand, okay? And there was very little to do in the agricultural community there. And then this thespian type arrived from Auckland, set up this film club, and it was wonderful. I mean, people just came from miles around to go and see a film once a month in this village hall. Wine was served, it was very easy, and kind of a bit of an easy social life, and a chat afterwards about the movie. Because it's this little effort, it's raw entertainment. What's Toastmasters like? It's like going to the gym, okay? It's effortful. You might go in at the beginning of the year, for many people, you know this well if you've been in for a long time, and your intentions are great. You're going to build up the muscles, so to speak. You're going to improve your endurance training, so to speak. And then, like your gym membership, it slowly slips to one side. Our small clubs are fragmented, and they're less effective. So what does a strong club look like? Is this your idea of a strong club? Is it? What does a strong club look like? I think in my books, strong is 50 to 60 in a club, with at least 10 experienced or professional or semi-professional speakers as a core to assist the many other people that are there. The strongest objection that will be raised to this is the fact that 50 to 60 sounds too many. But actually, I think at any particular meeting, you'll probably only ever get 30 to 40 turning up. Hang on a minute, I hear you say 30 to 40 is too many. Where are the opportunities for people to speak? The best thing to do this, the way to do this, would be to have two parts to a meeting. We should have no one here tonight is horribly nervous or introverted or brand new speaker. And I see that you've just joined up and you're certainly not a brand new speaker. Right? You project yourself with confidence when you get up on the floor. But there are many clubs that it's really challenging for people to get up and present themselves. We've got a new member, Stefan, at ours, one chap who's been a speaker at another online club, and he struggles to do the in-person thing. I mean, he really, doesn't perspire. He sweats, all right, with nervousness around this. And there are many people like that. We need maybe a little beginner section where it's a smaller group and we bring together some experienced people and they help them in that little group, and you rotate the senior members and you don't burn out your exco and you don't burn out your senior members constantly hunting for people and always the same people having to give the same speeches. It's dull after a while. Split that meeting. And then rotate the people, so that as they come through, they can go into the main group. And the experienced people obviously rotate into the beginning group. So how do we achieve a strong club? There's clearly two ways. Organic growth, which is the way that's fostered by TMI. And then there's Merge Victorious, a classic painting by Lady Butler. Okay, organic growth. Let's think about this. Who actually works for Toastmasters here? No one. Who's the exco in this club? Please put your hands up. Right. Yeah, well, you do work for Toastmasters, because I know as well, I'm the exco of my club. It's fairly significant work for an amateur club, right? But you're not getting a paycheck for this. You're having to work. And so you work for your amateur club, and for 1 to 2 years you grow, and you struggle. You struggle both gaining members and losing members in that time. And some of that membership loss will simply be because, forgive me, I'm not pointing at anyone on an individual basis, but at a club level, generically across the whole area, it's because we're too boring. Not everybody wants to come and listen to you, the same group of people speaking, every time. And I know they can travel out and go outside that, but I think it's challenging. There needs to be a better, just envisage this, a better core mass, a better diversity of experienced individuals, and because of that, the retention of those experienced individuals, and the interest and retention of the junior individuals. Work for your membership, merge and succeed from your next meeting, and every meeting thereafter. I'm now going to speed up. Why join with us? Why join forces? I'm making this offer to a number of clubs, and maybe it will never happen. Probably it won't, but I see it as actually an incredibly common sense thing to do. In our club, we've really shaken it up this last year. Everybody's contributed to that. We're doing public speaking educationals on a wide variety of different topics, and lots of people have contributed. We've done TED talks. We've done some interesting big picture talks, challenging people on how they think about large-scale topics, if you like, that impact us all. We've done book-type club-type talks on informative, short topics. We've done debate, as you well know, when Nando's been round to visit. We've done storytelling, using the older term magica. We've done a range of different lectures on different subjects. Not just self-reflective stuff, not just self-pitching, sales-pitching stuff. And we've got two speakers there who are working at an international level as keynote speakers. This is my visual presentation.
Yes. I'll start with a bit of luck. You can help me. Whatever comes out of these gates, you've got a better chance of survival if you're working together. You understand? If we stay together, we survive.
Well, none of my gladiators get the blood up, so to speak. But I would say this: come together, to echo the commentary in the slide. So what have I told you to finish off? Our clubs are divided in a week. Because of that, some clubs are struggling and potentially irrelevant. We have, I think, 23 members at the moment. We've almost doubled in size in the last year. But I still see that as a weak. I've given you a vision of a strong club and how to manage that larger club so that everybody can take a turn and still feel like they can complete their pathways, but have responsibilities in educating and lecturing the younger and newer members. And I've told you that there's an easy way to achieve this and a hard way to achieve this. And this is an amateur club. I see it as Toastmasters plus Toastmasters equals Toastmasters. I think the idea that we are so parochial and protective of our own precious club is not seeing the bigger picture. And I will leave you with this. Get on with it or procrastinate. Okay? Getting on with it is easy. You poll your people. And you find out whether there's a willingness to do it in the first instance, and if there is, what days of the week can you do it or they can't. Okay, and then we come to a pragmatic union or non-union. And then you test the meetings. You test the meetings. There's no point testing the meetings if you're not interested in doing it. We're always happy to have guests. You probably come to our club and convert anyway. Won't they, Lynette? Or the other way, no. But I mean, I just think it's a really sensible idea. It's a sensible idea. I leave you with a beautiful picture. The robotic